Hey y'all, what is up? What is good? How you doing? Today, BlackGhostFace is here to do a reaction, and this is the most scary landslides and sinkholes caught on camera. Now, we all know that is one of the most terrifying things known to man. Knowing that a landslide, yeah, that is pretty scary. But a sinkhole, to me, that's even scarier. So this video is from Underworld. That you already know, folks. Sit back and relax and enjoy scary stuff.
From a collapsing rock formation in the hills of Guizhou Province, China, and a sinkhole in Shenyang City that opened under one unlucky guy's car, to a freak landslide on the Tibetan plateau that nearly crushed an SUV full of people, and a massive sinkhole in New Delhi, India that swallowed everything in sight. Here are 10 devastating landslides and sinkholes caught on camera.
Man, I'm telling you, a sinkhole is scary.
Leshan, China is a prefecture-level city on the confluence of the Dadu and Min rivers. It's an important industrial city and transportation node in Sichuan province, so when landslides ravage the area, it can cause major backups. In the summer of 2019, crews were working on a reservoir on the city's outskirts. Since heavy rain and landslides are frequent in China, they knew they'd have to play it safe while working near the mountain. Then, on July 11th, their worst fears came true.
God! I mean, just part of the mountain. Boy.
As you can see, there was no stopping that giant wave of rock and mud. It tore through the dam like a knife through butter. Thanks to their earlier caution, nobody got hurt when the dam collapsed. Only a few construction vehicles were on the dam when the landslide tore through. According to reports, the road was blocked and the reservoir suffered severe damage. Repair work began as soon as the area was deemed safe. Then again, these cliffsides in China can collapse at any moment. Picture this. You're enjoying a normal day in your apartment building when you get a knock at the door. You answer to find the local geological authorities telling you that your house is about to collapse. That was one family's reality in Hubei Province, China, after several days of heavy rain in July of 2020. Evacuate or risk getting caught in the collapse. It's not a hard decision. Your heart goes out to those who watched everything they own fall into the river.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Everything you have owned, gone. No, man. Everything you own, gone. Just like that.
Now, landslides don't have to be massive to cause damage. They just have to weaken the foundation below buildings. As you can see, this 5-family complex was already teetering on a questionable edge. It makes you wonder who approved the building in the first place. Thankfully, the authorities showed up in time to warn them. Everyone escaped unharmed before the building collapsed. The summer of 2020 was a bad time for rain and landslides in China. We can't say what happened to the families, where they went, or if they were properly cared for.
Just one of those unlucky
Hiking the trails of Guizhou Province, China comes with inherent risks. At any time, the mountain can decide to crumble beneath you. A group of hikers learned that lesson the hard way when they found themselves trapped in a landslide. On July 10th of 2017, our adventurers set off to explore some massive rock formations. One of them in particular caught everyone's attention.
September moment. Like just a chunk of it just gone.
They knew that giant clay formation didn't look right. Heavy rain had eroded it from the mountain. It was only a matter of time before it fell. They were lucky enough to capture it on camera and survive the ordeal. Imagine how afraid they must have been, thinking the rest of the mountain was going to collapse beneath them.
I'm surprised it was up there. Cause what if that did happen? Would have had no time.
Home to about 9 million people, Shenyang is the most populated city in Liaoning province, China. One of those 9 million was in for a rough day on the job when a sinkhole randomly opened up beneath his truck. On June 4th of 2020, a local trucker was going about his business when he suddenly lost all control. He felt the truck dip down and shake. He thought he must have hit something huge. It turns out he had just driven over the mother of all potholes.
Ooh, boy. God.
A dump truck arrived shortly after to try and fill the hole. You can see the front tires barely lifting off the ground. Watching the backhoe punch the dirt is also pretty amusing. But what caused the dust explosion when the truck drove over the sinkhole? Watch closely. You can see his back tires get shredded when they fall into the hole. It caused a small explosion of dust and debris that was almost too much for the CCTV camera to handle.
Tell you, a sinkhole is just...
Chengde, China is a prefecture-level city in Hunan province with a long history. The city dates back to 6,000 or 7,000 BC, when it's believed humans first inhabited the area. In fact, it might be the birthplace of rice cultivation, but the jury is still out. One fact that everyone agrees on is the sheer amount of heavy rain and frequent landslides the area gets. On July 7th of 2020, days of intense rainfall culminated in a massive, slow-moving landslide that swallowed everything in its path.
Man, it's just all part of Mother Nature. They know you can do about it, but just let it happen. And just let it happen. Just steer clear and let it happen. All you can do is watch. Imagine you don't have enough time.
In real estate, they say location, location, location. Hopefully, buying homes in landslide-prone areas comes at a fair price with decent coverage. According to local reports, the landslide swallowed 4 homes, an excavator, a forklift, and a tram car. Thankfully, all the villagers escaped to higher ground. Another concern was a section of the main road that was completely covered. Police had to create detours to get emergency supplies for those affected by the landslide.
Ain't nothing you can do about it.
When we think of megacities, places like New Delhi, India rank among the top. Home to nearly 33 million people, New Delhi is the second most populated city on Earth, about 4 million people behind Tokyo. However, all those people are crammed into an area a little bigger than New York City, making it one of the most densely populated places on Earth. That's all to say that when a massive sinkhole opens up in one of the poorer regions, it affects a lot of people. On July 19th of 2020, intense rainfall caused several drainage systems to overflow. This caused a few to collapse, like this one in Annanagar.
Oh, that is a scary sight. like, it's only gonna get bigger, you know? You don't know. You don't know how big a sinkhole gonna get. You don't know. And the thing about it is, can you imagine you trying to bury that up? Imagine how much dirt you need to bury that up. Once you going down, you ain't coming back up. Man.
Thankfully, nobody was inside the house when it fell into the sinkhole. Rampant flooding affected the entire city of New Delhi. Police warned bus drivers not to drive down flooded roads for fear of random sinkholes. The scary part about this event is that it only took a few hours to cause all that damage. You might think it rained for 40 days and 40 nights.
And it's like, that's the only... Like, you be thinking it's...
The prefecture-level city of Yibin, China, experienced several days of intense rainfall in August of 2020. By then, severe flooding had already caused 25 billion worth of damage across the country. A parking lot in Yibin was about to add more to that total. On August 20th, shortly after midnight, residents in an apartment complex heard strange noises in the parking lot across the street. One grabbed their phone and began recording just in time to capture this insane moment. Aftermath footage shows how deep the hole was compared to the building and highway. It looks like the parking lot had already started sinking when our camera person noticed. According to reports, over 5,300 square feet of road collapsed when the sinkhole opened. Thankfully, nobody was in their cars or walking through the parking lot when it fell. In total, 21 cars fell into the sinkhole and required cranes to lift them out.
Man, who you gonna sue?
Back in Shenyang, China, another unlucky driver couldn't catch a break. It was a busy day in July of 2021. Traffic was backed up in every direction when a sinkhole randomly opened under one guy's car. Thankfully, he hopped out before the inevitable happened.
Under one guy's car. Gone. The car is gone. It's gone. It's part of Earth now. I don't know why he that close. I would have been on the other side of the street. See that? You don't know. You can fall.
This entire event
right there
kept getting worse and worse. Soon, the sinkhole was big enough to close the entire street. A few brave citizens positioned their bikes around the pit to warn people. It was probably hard to see at eye level since it blended in with the pavement. Soon, another piece broke off and water quickly flooded the hole. Authorities said a broken pipe beneath the road caused the initial collapse. While the driver of the black SUV was okay, his car was a lost cause.
Gone. It's gone.
The Aba Tibetan and Chang Autonomous Prefecture, known locally as Aba, is prone to powerful earthquakes and frequent landslides. Like the rest of rural China, those landslides can strike at any minute. On August 1st of 2018, a few locals learned how random those landslides can be while driving along the winding mountain roads. The car in the back had its dash cam rolling when the SUV ahead of them was nearly crushed. Already, these roads don't look very safe to drive down. There's hardly enough room to let the incoming trucks pass. In fact, our drivers have to stop at one point to avoid a chunk of missing road. They continue along the river, and the SUV starts pulling away. Then they suddenly slam on their brakes. A few pieces of rock tumble off the mountain. Then the whole thing comes crashing down.
Man.
It crushes the front of the SUV and almost pushes it into the river.
If he
Thankfully,
would've
it
kept
comes to
going-
rest on the edge without falling in. Our passengers hurry to check on them and are relieved when everyone gets out safely. They run for their lives to get away from the wreck. Even a small rock falling off the mountain could do some serious damage.
Bro, if that person would have kept going like 3 seconds more, would have been buried under that rubble. And the thing, and the question is, if you're living in a place that has frequent earthquakes, landslides, and all that, would you still live there, knowing that that will be happening, especially a sinkhole? Broken pipe, water just going around, just deteriorating up under your house, and sooner or later your house just sinks while you're still in there. It's like you never know when a sinkhole is going to happen. You never know when an earthquake is going to happen. You don't know when a landslide is going to happen. These things is like you have to be on guard like 24/7, man, when it comes to Mother Nature, because she don't play. She is ruthless.
If you're driving along the southeastern edge of the Tibetan Plateau, you'll eventually pass through Luding County, China. Just be careful when traveling along the mountainous roads. You never know when a landslide could strike. On September 5th of 2022, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck Luding County and the greater Sichuan province. It had devastating effects, as many people lost their lives and homes. The mountainous location meant landslides were inevitable. Several occurred around the province, including this one on a busy main road.
Oh boy.
万一这时候他需要个助力，扔个石头在那儿，对啊。你个脚不跟呀？哦，对，大。
Oh boy. Here it is.
又来了，又来了。哇！
Man, I would have been miles away.
Whoa!
Because that whole part of that mountain would have been crumbling down.
The dust cloud covers everything in sight and eventually reaches our camera person. Thankfully, everyone had moved out of the way before the giant piece of mountain fell. While the earthquake and subsequent landslides devastated Luding County, it could have been much worse. Reports show that the quake died out before reaching Sichuan's capital city of Chengdu, home to some 21 million people. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another one just like it, then be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time.
Man, I can say right now, man, a landslide. Now, if I had to rank like scary stuff like that, a sinkhole is by far the scariest one, because you don't know where it's going to happen. You don't know how big that sinkhole is going to get. And above all else, the moment you, let's say you fell down a sinkhole, you're done. That's it. Now, chances are, let's say, okay, landslide, right? There's a really slight chance, slim chance that, let's say you get caught in a landslide or something. There's a slim chance you might survive. You know, one of those miracle moments. But a sinkhole, I don't see that happening. It's like, like I said, it really depends on the sinkhole. If it's like down to where you can't see the bottom, it's like just pitch black, that's it, you're gone. Because a sinkhole, you fall down there, and other stuff like trees and debris and all that, houses, all fall down there too. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You are done for. But, hey, hope y'all enjoyed, and I would say stay tuned for more content that is coming your way, y'all. I mean, if you want to see them, Say stop the buttons down below and stay tuned for more upcoming videos. But hope you have a good day, y'all. Stay safe. Out of here. Man. Landslide, sinkhole, earthquake. You don't know where you want to be at. You don't know where to live.